Hey everyone, so what does that have to do with the price of eggs? What are we going to be talking about today? Well, come on over, grab your coffee, and let's have a little chat today. So I'm glad you're joining me today. I'm just really excited to share anything I learn. I got a brand new computer at work, brand spanking new. I have never had a brand new computer at work. I've always had a refurbished and it's got, I don't even know what Windows it has, the latest and the greatest, and it has triple screen, and I'm pushing buttons and I'm learning and I'm all excited about what I can do with this. I think it's great to learn new things. I just love it. Kind of get you all excited. So I wanted to talk to you about prices and inflation, and in a positive way. We're not going to go, oh, the prices. Okay, listen, fact of life, the prices have gone up. Can we do anything about it? Well, I can't change the prices, but yes, we can do something about it. What can we do? Well, in the Wilson household, since you're joining the Wilson family, we tell our kids since day one, because we've always been on a very, we'll say, limited, tight budget. We've never had a ton of money to spend or a lot of extra money, and we've always had to be smart shoppers. So I'm going to give you a little push here. Remember we talked about on Tuesday, on Tea Tuesday, about are you stuck and stagnant? Maybe you're still in that stuck and stagnant. Well, I want you to do this. I want you to pull up your bootstraps. I want you to get a pen and paper. I want you to take some notes, and I want you to make a decision that I'm going to be a smart shopper. We talked about trying something new and trying something different just to get yourself motivated and you know, whatever. Well, right now you're going to get yourself motivated and you're going to be a smart shopper and you're going to start doing your homework. So let me explain. I have 2 dozen eggs here. There we go. And as you can see, let me turn them around here. So pretty much the same packaging. That one has the little holes on the top. Same brand, same store brand. They were both from Aldi. So let me tell you, this is news to me. I didn't realize, I don't know why, I just thought all Aldis were all the same price. Did you know they vary in prices? I did not know this. Lesson learned. So I went to the one Aldi, and we were up in that neck of the woods. I don't normally go to this one. I don't really like this one, but we were there and I needed eggs. I had no eggs for like 4 days. Unheard of, right? So I went, I got my eggs. And it was $1. It said $1.47 on the sign on the door. $1.47. Now my eggs in my local grocery store are between $2.50 and $3.75 a dozen. A little pricey, yes. So I thought, well, for $1.47, now I've been at Aldi when they're 29 cents. So even still, $1.47 is cheaper than my local grocery store. Okay. Well, there's a long story behind this story, but we ended up needing to go down by the other Aldi, which is 20 minutes in the other direction from my house. Go there. What did I get? Another dozen eggs. Why did you buy 2 dozen? We'll eat them. I'll bake. I think that one's, you know, we've already used a few eggs there. So we'll go through this very quickly. 75 cents. What? I just paid almost double the price, $1.47. I did not know. Did you know? I didn't know that Aldi varies in prices. So when I went there to the other Aldi, I was actually looking for something specific that the other one didn't have that I really wanted. And I thought, when I was over there, I don't even know what possessed me to go look at the eggs. I don't normally do that. I went in for one thing and that was it. And I looked and it was 75 cents. I'm like, wait a minute. So I got the dozen eggs. When I came out, I checked my other receipt, and sure enough, they were almost double the price, 20 minutes up the road. How many of us check prices? Do you check prices? Do you check prices on the regular? Now, we've talked about going, shopping in the store versus doing things online. There's going to be layers to everything. No matter what I say, somebody's got another take or another angle or another whatever. I'm just talking in general here. I'm not making any blanket statements you should or shouldn't do. You do for you what's best for you. We've also talked about if a store is 30 minutes away and it's a few pennies less, and there's a store 5 minutes away and it's a few pennies more, the time it takes you, the gas it takes you, yada, 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 which one is better? You have to weigh that out. If I know the other store is cheaper, I'm probably going, for me, if I can, going to wait as long as I can until I'm up in that area, maybe doing other things that I can incorporate it all together so that I can save the money. Now, our Dollar Trees in our area are still only $1. I don't know for how much longer. Word in Facebook in my local community is that the Dollar Trees in our area on Monday are changing to $1.25. I don't need anything. I'm so tempted to go and just buy something because it's the last time I can get it for $1. I don't need anything. I really don't. Even things that, like, you could say, well, for your stockpile, I'm okay. At this point, I feel like if I bought anything like, you know, shelf-stable milk, or I feel like for me, I would be hoarding. I have plenty. There's only 3 of us, and there's probably only 1.5 to 2 of us that would actually use certain products, so I'm not going. But even with that, is Dollar Tree the cheapest? If it's down the street from you versus traveling 30 minutes to a Walmart, it's cheaper. It saves you time, energy, and gas money. Okay. What else can you do? I have a Dollar General, and I'm telling you, ever since Dollar Tree, at least my Dollar Generals, I have 2 Dollar Generals a mile from each other. Go figure. And they're always both busy. But ever since Dollar Tree in the general area, or the general population, really not in my area, has gone to $1.25, our Dollar Generals now have a huge dollar section, and they've got some pretty good stuff there. Okay. Check your prices. Know your prices. I just watched somebody the other day, and on their YouTube, they went and they were looking at the clearance items, and she said, wait a minute, I just saw that item on the shelf, and in the clearance section, it was $9.99. And she said on the shelf for the same product, same packaging, on the shelf, it was $7.99. I remember my mother, I'd go shopping with my mom, and my mom was an excellent shopper. She knew how to go to good buy. And she would look around and she'd say, these aren't clearance prices. These prices, these are ridiculous. These are not clearance. And I bet, Mom, it's on clearance. It's not a clearance price. So even though something says it's on sale or it's a clearance price, it's not always the case. You need to know your prices. I did a price comparison of 4 different grocery stores. You can go back and see that video. And I compared the same product in 4 different stores. I did my homework. I wanted to prove to myself what was the best for my family. Listen, it's your money, it's your wallet, it's your food, it's your household items, whatever the case might be. It's your paycheck. If you want to take your paycheck and go to the most expensive store and blow all your money, that's up to you. But most of us don't want to do that. And I really, sometimes, I don't know, do you? I get lazy. I can't be bothered. I worked all week. I'm tired. It's Friday. I know I need to go grocery shopping, but I can't be bothered. I'm just going to throw it in the cart. And then you get home and 3 days later, you're kicking yourself because you spent $50 more than you should have. And now the bills are due. Do I need to say any more? How many of you, I know we all have done it. We're all tired. You get weary. You're cranky. You got a headache, whatever. You haven't had your coffee. Yeah. All these things happen, but we've got to be smart shoppers. We've got to know our prices. So when you see it on clearance, is that really a good buy? You've got to know your prices. Which store do I go to? I now know to check Aldi prices. I will not go to the one up the road this way. I'll go to the one down the road that way. They're both convenient to me. The other one has TJ Maxx. There's a ShopRite. There's the Aldi. There's Home Depot, there's a Kohl's, there's a Dollar Tree. I've got more of a variety at that one. So maybe if I needed to incorporate any of those other stores, I'm going to head down that way. So I bought a ranch and a honey mustard salad dressing. Well, I used to pay $89 to $99. And they went up to like $1.09. Well, they were $1.45. That's a lot. You know, when you're used to paying 89 cents to $1.45, that's a big jump. Well, that was at the Aldi with the expensive eggs. When I went to the cheap Aldi with the cheap eggs, their salad dressing was $1.27. $1.27 versus $1.45. Again, you start adding 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 cents, even 75 cents per item, and you get 50 items, you're talking a few dollars here. Those dollars are going back in my pocket. Know your prices. Do your homework. Check around. If you don't have the time to go like in the stores, obviously you don't want to be driving all over just to look at prices, unless you're out and about. But get on the computer. Get on your phone. Get on your tablet, whatever it might take, and start doing your own comparison. If you're kind of stuck and stagnant and you need something to get your mind stimulated, start doing some price checks. I think that's so important. And speaking of gas and gas mileage and traveling, my husband has an app on his phone and it's called Gas Buddy, Buddy. And you put in your zip code and it will tell you who's got the cheapest gas in your area. I don't know about you, but I don't know what gas prices are around the country. I can't even imagine, like people in California, what you guys pay next to what we pay here in Jersey. Even Pennsylvania is the next state over. They're a lot more expensive than us. It's funny, Pennsylvania, we'll drive out to Pennsylvania to go to the grocery outlets and the discount grocery stores because they're a ton cheaper than shopping here in New Jersey. But the gas is so much more expensive. So we fill up the car with gas in Jersey, drive out for the day, hit the Lancaster County area, do all of our discount grocery shopping, and still can make it home on that same tank of gas so I can fill back up in Jersey. So, you know, smart shoppers. But the Gas Buddy will tell you who's cheaper in your area. Our gas coming home last night, we saw it was $3.62. That's like a 37 cents increase in the last 10 days. It's crazy. So I had to get gas today and I saw $3.55 down the street from us. I hit that halfway mark. Remember we talked about on a half a tank of gas, fill up. And I knew if I didn't fill up on that halfway mark, it would go whoop all the way to E, and then I'd be filling up a whole tank and it would cost me a lot more money. How about you guys? Do you have any tips? Have you seen Aldi having different prices? Do you find that is the same in some of your other grocery stores? Do you guys have any tips that you use on how you can just save a few pennies here and there? Do you price comparison? Do you do price comparison in your different stores? Do you, I know some people are diehards and this is the store they always go to. It's the only one we have ever went to. It's the only one we're going to. You know what? Again, it's your wallet. It's your money. You do you, I'll do me. But there's inflation. I cannot change anything about the fact that the prices are going up. I can't change that. But what I can change is either using alternative items, using items differently. Maybe I can stretch the ground beef by adding some lentils in it and using half the amount of ground beef. Maybe I just choose to use a quarter of a pound versus a half a pound. We don't need all that meat. We can do something else or add extra vegetables. There's all kinds of things you can do to save money. That money can be put aside for a rainy day, to go on a day trip, buy something for your home to decorate it that you've been wanting to do and you say, I don't have the money, or just, just to have more money to pay a bill or put some money in a savings. Whatever the case is, anytime we can save money, who doesn't want to save money? What do you guys do? Do you have ideas? Do you do things, or do you just say, I'm just going to pay what it is and that's all there is to it? I know people like that. That's it, I'm just paying it. The other thing I wanted to mention to you is make sure if you get a good buy, share it with your friends. I like doing that. And I love when my friends say, hey, down the street they're having a big sale, blah, 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 blah. And we'll share with each other, ice cream's on sale or spaghetti sauce or coffee. It might only be 1 or 2 items, but if it's a really good deal, let's share it with each other. Not you and me because we don't live near each other, but your friends that you're, connected with, share that information. And, maybe if it's a really good deal, maybe pick up a few extra things and share it with someone that's not well, or, a neighbor or somebody that you just know that's going through some hard times. Especially, I love when you can get the buy one, get one free. I always think like, I'll buy one and the second one that's free, that can go in the stockpile, or that can go to someone else. We're going over to my mom's tonight, and I'm making extra side dishes to bring over to her house. We're going to have that for dinner and then leave it with her so she has extra food for during the week. I'm helping out someone. We have a friend whose husband is in the hospital. They don't have health insurance. You know what the bills are going to be like. You know what this is going to be like. So we're going to take some food and leave it on the doorstep. And I'm going to text her and say, I'm leaving it on the doorstep. I know what time she gets home from work. We're just going to leave it there. This way, she doesn't have to feel she has to invite me in the house. We have to chit-chat, none of that. I know what it's like when my husband was in the hospital and how tough it was. And to find food on the doorstep is such a blessing. You know what? If you're stuck and stagnant, I'm going to go back to the theme that we had this week from Tuesday. Maybe get out and do something for others and stop doing things just for you. When you take care of another person, it thrills your soul. It does something good for you. Get out there and do something for someone else. At the end, I'm going to leave some pictures. If you remember those buckets of that dehydrated and freeze-dried food, we still have to do a taste test. But all those buckets that we got, we were able to deliver those for the homeless. So you'll see a picture of Gavin, my youngest, helping me load them in the back of our car. Then you can see we brought them over to the church that was accepting them, and we loaded it over there. So they are headed this weekend. And in New Jersey, it is a cold, brisk day with the March winds rolling in here early. So I'm sure those homeless would appreciate getting some freeze-dried food that they just add hot water to, and they have a nice bean burger and some vegetables and all that. So listen, be a smart shopper, check those prices, use the gas buddy, share the knowledge that you've learned, and do for somebody else, and stop being so stuck and stagnant. And even in those feelings of those inflation prices and all that, you know what? Don't worry about the inflation. Learn how you can get around and beat that inflation by being a smart shopper. Thanks so much for coming over. We'll catch you all on the next video.